Hi, my name is Bob Wagner, and you're watching Environment at Home. This is our first edition of Environment at Home, and we're hoping to address environmental issues within our households. And for our first program, we are lucky to have Jack Venish, who is a longtime control consultant for Clarke Environmental, or do you say Clarke Mosquito?
Clarke Environmental.
Clarke Environmental, and the Village of Villa Park has been doing business with Clarke for many, many years. And so, Jack, what I would like you, let's start off with, is for the benefit of the ordinary household owner, what is mosquito abatement, and why should the ordinary homeowner be concerned about it?
Well, thank you for the invitation today, Bob. And we do mosquito control for two reasons. We do number one, it's a public health issue. Mosquitoes carry and transmit diseases from, as we all know in recent years, the West Nile virus, St. Louis. This area, northern Illinois here, was St. Louis encephalitis has been a big issue in the past. The Eastern equine and some other what we call vector-borne diseases are in the family of mosquito-borne transmitted disease, mosquito-borne disease. And the second reason is nuisance control. People, just the use and enjoyment of their outdoors and their property. And being, as we have a very short summer here in the Midwest, so we like to get out and enjoy that. In addition, mosquitoes also transmit dog heartworm and some other things to the pets. So, a myriad of reasons.
Great. So we've all heard of West Nile virus and the health concerns regarding it. Describe a little bit about what Clarke does, for the benefit of a layperson. What does Clarke do what is the main thrust of the mosquito abatement program within the village?
Well, within the Village of Villa Park, I believe that our main thrust is a disease prevention mosquito control program. And this is really focusing on where mosquitoes develop in the larval stage, and that is in a urban environment would be in our manhole covers, our catch basins. We have roughly every 500 feet throughout any municipal water system is an open street catch basin, so the water doesn't accumulate on the road. So it goes into these manhole covers, and the water sits at this in what's called a sump at the bottom of that, and that is a nice little home for the mosquitoes to lay their eggs in, and that will be there whether we're in a drought or flooded or what have you. That's going to be there 24/7 all season long. So those are treated. In addition, roadside ditches, anywhere water will stagnate in the Midwest between 7 to 10 days can develop mosquitoes. And I could like to maybe go into, I think, to really understand the thrust and what we focus on is to really have to understand a mosquito in their life cycle. They go through 4 stages in their life cycle. They're microscopic in an egg stage, and that again is microscopic, and they move to a larval stage as the second stage. And this is where they're in an aquatic stage. They're living in this standing, stagnant water. Again, this is a wheelbarrow, a rowboat, the open street catch basin, the roadside ditch in front of your house, a tire. Will hold water. Tire off the rim will hold water all season long, and they develop in that larval aquatic stage, and then they move to the third phase of their life cycle, and it's called a pupal stage. And this is really a resting stage, where they rest and they hatch off much like a metamorph. They do a metamorphosis just like a caterpillar to a butterfly, and they hatch off as a flying adult mosquito. And that would be the 4th stage, would be the adult stage of the mosquito life cycle. Here in Villa Park, we focus on the larval stage, and that's really our biggest bang for the buck, is trying to kill them before they hatch into a flying mosquito. Again, they're in that pupal stage for a matter of hours, and depending on the resting stage, and they're in the egg stage, again, microscopic, and they're not ingesting anything. So they're really, the focus is again on that larval stage. One thing I want everyone to take away is that this is a dynamic biological process. So we get the sun and the rain and the grass grows. Well, the same thing's happening with the mosquito population. It's a biological process, and that egg to adult, those 4 stages, will, in a constant tropical environment, which is defined as 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 80% relative humidity, will be complete in 4 days. So that's from egg to adult here in an 80-80. I know we're coming in, we're going to hit some 90s here in the next few days. So as a rule of thumb, though, in the Midwest, our life cycle is about 7 to 10 days. So this is going on, as we sleep, and no matter really what the temperature is, as long as we're above freezing, above hard frost, we have mosquito development taking place.
Great. I appreciate that explanation. One fact that was very enlightening to me is, and I always thought that, and this is a fallacy, is that mosquito is feeding on you when it bites you. Tell me exactly what the process. Why does a mosquito like human blood?
Well, the mosquito, any form of mammalian, the higher form of mammalian life, the mosquito will feed on. And I use that term kind of loosely. The female mosquito, only the female bites you. She has the proboscis. The males don't have the mechanism to take the blood meal. We call it a blood meal, but their food is actually plant nectar. So it's the backside of a leafy plant, the broadleaf plant, that chlorophyll, the plant nectar, is their food, their sustenance. The female, the significance of the protein in the red blood cell is to fertilize her eggs, so she can lay more eggs to propagate, the species. So the significance of the red blood is the protein that then fertilizes her eggs. They are just an intermediary. They bite the again, cat, squirrel, dog, deer, human. We exhale carbon dioxide. They smell the carbon dioxide, and that's how she gets the blood. That's how she finds the host, the blood meal, if you will. So that's I want to get that straight, that the blood actually allows them to propagate the species.
Gotcha. And one thing I want to just talk about, I know that you have a program where you monitor the mosquito population, and you have a special trap that you can harvest mosquitoes and see what species you have, and kind of what.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that, if you would.
Thanks for bringing that up, Bob. Our program goes through a general services, which is the insurance coverage, the surveying and mapping, actually finding these breeding sites within the community, 800 number, and we're going to talk about that. But then our second phase is really surveillance and monitoring, and this is really getting a snapshot of the total mosquito population within the community on any given night. There's what's called a New Jersey light trap, and this is technology that goes back even World War II, back into a number of years. And there's also trapping going on, which is just testing the mosquitoes for the virus, the viremia that they're carrying in their salivary glands. So those mosquitoes are captured, and they do a DNA test on that, and that test then tells us if there's positive mosquitoes within the community. So there's one source of that surveillance is the trapping is the total population level, and the other method is for the detection of the virus within the area, and that's done really throughout DuPage County as well as throughout northern Illinois.
And I had the privilege of touring your labs, which are in St. Charles, correct?
Correct, and we have a laboratory in Roselle as well.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, and you have a lot of staff there that does that work. So, Will, I appreciate that information. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little break here, and we're going to view a DVD put together by Clarke that describes their mosquito abatement program. And I hope this is going to be beneficial to residents. And then we're going to come back and just talk a little bit with Jack some more.
The following is an overview of the community's environmental mosquito management program provided by Clarke. This program utilizes an integrated mosquito management approach that delivers effective, economical solutions while balancing environmental responsibility. Integrated mosquito management has 5 key components: public education, survey and mapping of the community, surveillance and monitoring of the mosquito population, and implementing larval control and adult control when necessary. Public education is an important component of an integrated mosquito management program. Your community offers a number of resources available for you, including links to websites providing basic information on mosquito control and literature on how to protect yourself from mosquito-borne diseases, as well as reducing mosquito breeding on your property. The foundation of this program is to conduct a thorough survey and mapping of the community. This is important because it allows us to identify potential mosquito breeding habitats, chart them, and produce operational plans and maps. Surveillance is essential to an integrated mosquito management program. Surveillance includes the monitoring of both larval and adult mosquito populations. Mosquito habitats and potential breeding areas are inspected on a regular basis. Adult mosquitoes are monitored through a series of traps that identify the density and distribution of the overall population of mosquitoes and monitors for mosquito-borne diseases such as West Nile virus. All larval and adult collections are returned to the Clarke Laboratory for identification. This information enables us to take quick and necessary actions to control populations. Surveillance data is important because it helps direct both our larval and adult mosquito control activities. A critical part of an integrated mosquito management control program is larval control. Larval control is treating potential breeding habitats to prevent mosquitoes from developing and becoming biting adults. These breeding sites may include retention ponds, drainage ditches, wetlands, low-lying areas that hold water, and catch basins. Residents can help larval control efforts by cleaning out bird baths, eliminating standing water around their house, fixing leaky faucets, and keeping gutters clean. Adult mosquito control is another important element of an integrated mosquito management program. These measures are implemented only when the surveillance of adult mosquito populations justify control efforts. Adult mosquito control is performed by ultra-low volume applications. All public health products used in your program have been approved and registered by the U.S. EPA following the review of many scientific studies. The EPA has assessed these chemicals and found that, when used according to label directions, they do not pose unreasonable risk to public health and the environment. You may see a truck driving through your neighborhood following a designated route for the purpose of controlling adult mosquitoes. If you would like to be notified prior to a mosquito control application or to report potential mosquito breeding areas such as standing water or stagnant, unkempt swimming pools, you can call Clarke's Mosquito Hotline at 800-942-2555. Your community's mosquito control program has been planned to deliver effective, economical, and environmentally responsible control measures for improving public health and quality of life.
Welcome back. Jack, thank you. That was an excellent video produced by Clarke. It describes your program very well. And I just want to kind of repeat again, if residents have concerns about mosquito infestation, where do we want them to call?
Well, there's 2 avenues. We have 2 modes of communication now. First, there's a Clarke portal. So CLARKE portal, PORTAL.com, the clarkeportal.com. People can log in and give their address, state their again, from the any standing water on your property, mosquito infestation, high numbers of mosquito annoyance, and there's some links there to other information about the mosquito development and about our program. We also have a steps homeowners can take. Again, a yard home and checklist. The bird bath, the kiddie pool, simply turn that over and drain that water. So the ClarkePortal.com and our 800 number, which is 1-800-942-2555. So that's 1-800-942-2555, and that's manned during normal business hours, Monday through Friday. And any questions, there's prompts there that you can prompt to leave your address and name, and a technician will come out and inspect the standing water and see what we have going on in the area.
Great, Jack. And we'll be, you'll see this below on the screen. That number once again is 1-800-942-2555. You can also call the Public Works Department at 630-834-8505 during normal business hours. And I'm going to repeat that website again, Clarke, and that's Clarke with an E, Portal, Portal.com. A lot of valuable information there that will be beneficial to homeowners. So Jack, once again, I want to thank you for coming out today and telling us about the mosquito abatement program. And we thank you for your long service to Clarke, but also to Villa Park as well.
Well, we certainly appreciate the opportunity to be part of the mosquito battle here in Villa Park, and thank you very much for the invitation, Bob.
Great, thank you, Jack.